And then just to get back and finish up on your comments around, CrowdStrike versus SentinelOne, both of these providers are kind of making this marketing transition from EDR to what they're calling XDR. In speaking to a lot of your peers, XDR doesn't seem well defined right now. It doesn't seem like it really means the same thing to everybody. But having listened to the pitches from CrowdStrike and Sentinel, they're claiming that a true XDR solution can really eliminate a lot of these other type of vendors. It can eliminate a SOAR, a SIM. It can be its logging, and your logging and monitoring venue, and also be a single pane of glass. Curious, as a practitioner, is this real, or is this all marketing hype from your perspective, Sean?
It kind of is marketing hype, because you've got Alien Vault USM. They're going to put the same type of technology that becomes the X in the XDR in their own systems.
Right.
It's more, just the way that security vendors are coming and just sprawling out because of the tie-ins that you can get nowadays to the back-end Windows environment. If you're pulling that data, you might as well pull this data, and then you can act as a SIM. If you're pulling that data, you could pull this data and throw an AI on top of it. And then instead of having somebody real looking at the SIM, the AI is going to do a better job, because it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be better than a human. And what is an AI best at other than pattern recognition?
Right.
It was explained to me that EDR is just, antivirus that is centralized and able to update easily and, do everything via a cloud interface. MDR is when you have a person that you hire to manage that whole process. And XDR was putting a layer of AI on top of the MDR so that the person can focus on what they actually need to do and don't have to pay attention to all the fluff. So yeah, the XDR can replace the SIM, but in the same sense, why can't your SIM start doing antivirus and take over the EDR? You're just going to get all of these security companies sprawling out and taking up multiple roles.
Yeah, I'm curious to see which path it takes. I mean, right now, the number one SIM isn't really cloud native, but maybe Datadog or, one of those type of names that is cloud native can start maybe doing that. But right now, it seems like the cloud native endpoint that's out there might be the better bet on consolidating these security functions versus the other way around.
To be honest, I tried, before going to the MSSP, we had Alien Vault OSSM inside our office, and we were paying for it. It was great. It alerted me whenever there were failed logins, gave me a nice little report. I tried on 6 different occasions with 6 different salespeople to go from the internal OSSM to the cloud USM, but I could never get a price. It was like, well, how many computers do you have? How much data do they have on them? How many users? How often are they on the computers? How am I going to pull that report when I have 486 people that call me constantly, and I've got 3 technicians at Paraco and 1 project manager? And I have to have interviews where people are like, computers? They go beep, I heard. I'm not sure.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, go ahead, Sean.
So I think, SIEM is going to be basically won by whoever it's easiest to buy from, both price-wise and, actually getting to talk to somebody who can just easily give you a number. One of the problems with cloud SIEM is they have it so close to the margins. They don't want to spend too much money or upcharge you too much. So they're actually figuring out how much cloud processing, cloud storage you're actually going to use so that their profit margins can stay pretty slim with yours, and they can be pretty good with what they're charging versus what they're going to make versus what they're going to charge you. And that's also hurting them because even though they're cheaper that way, you know, just getting through the sales process is a nightmare. Like we didn't even, of those 6 times over 2 years, we didn't even go with the USM, the cloud version of the SIEM for Alien Vault, until it was brought in by the package from the MSSP.